Everybody, in this video, we're talking Marvel Snap, new card. Is it going to affect the meta? Is it going to change things? What are your thoughts on it? Is that meta completely stale? We're sick of it? And are there some changes coming anytime soon? So let's jump right in. I found this pretty hilarious on Reddit. It says, just another day in Marvel Snap. I'll let it play through a little bit. It talks about what we all experience, probably every single day, regardless of what collection level you are, regardless of what elo you're at, whatever. What are we seeing? Whole bunch of this. Whole bunch of Thanos. Throws a leech in there for good measure. Now, this is obviously not the only thing we're seeing. We also get a little bit more, and I love the Michael Scott ad in here. This is just genius. I love that meme. And then we break our phones because we're mad, and I get it. But you know what we're also seeing? There's a whole lot of stuff like this, even though there's no armor there. Where's the Cosmo? You could have a Cosmo in this, but you're seeing this Shuri, a few cards out, maybe zero. Weird, they zeroed the armor, but hey, you know what? You want to put your stuff at risk, so be it. Similar but different. A lot of Shuri, Taskmaster, She-Hulks, always there. So, you know what? I think have some fun. Have some fun. Start playing some Debris. Start playing some Absorbing Man. Make your opponent's lives a living hell on the battlefield of Marvel Snap. I wish I had Debris. I would absolutely be playing her a lot more. Got some people in the Discord who are playing her, loving it. And, you know, look at it. Can't do a whole lot there. Whopping massive scores there. So have some fun because I don't think the meta is going to be changing the meta. So in Marvel Snap Zone, I like to come here. They do a good job of compiling some information. They also are saying it's deemed stale. And I think this is, I mean, I'm not even going to argue or discuss that point. I think we're pretty much all in agreement that that's the situation. Back in February 8th, we did see a nerf, a hotfix nerf that they did in game. And they discussed that this would be something that would be happening often. It happened to Zabu and Silver Surfer. So they thought, hey, we're going to be able to do this without a full update, without a major patch or anything like that. And that was something I think we all were pretty excited about, so that if anything was getting stale or something just seemed to be not working as planned, they could adjust it on the fly. There have been some issues. And Steven, who I'll get to in a second, has discussed this specifically. I think this was on Discord. We have balance updates in the works. Great. They're doing something, but they ran into some issues with their ability to OTA, which stands for over the air, which means to update without a patch. So the thing they did with the Zabu and Silver Surfer thing, they're finding that whatever they were doing there, it's causing problems. Coding, you know, I know this sort of stuff can happen, so I'm not necessarily mad at them. I think this OTA sort of updates is a benefit to us. It is a luxury for us. As much as I'd like it, if they're running into some struggles and it's going to cause problems with the game, I'd rather them get those right. He goes on to say, this happens every meta though. Some folks love it and some hate it. Second Dinner's got to find the right cadence to drop balance updates that aren't too frequent for most players, but keep the more engaged players on their toes. And I can see that, where we want to make sure the engaged players want to keep playing, they want to keep thinking. And at the same time, I'm not sure that's what's happening. So I think they understand that, but they know they need to fix something. They just can't. So I don't love how there's like, this happens every meta. It's like, well, this is a little different. I feel like is because we've had this sort of meta for a little bit now. I mean, as far as a month-long season goes, it feels long, right? So if your season's a month, we feel like this meta's been there for a month already and we're already into it. And we might not get it because of this OTA issue for TBD. I mean, I guess with the variant rush coming, I think it's March 21st. Maybe that's when we're going to get a patch update and get this stuff fixed. We'll see. So the cards that everyone's obviously typically talking about, Thanos, Leech, Arrow, Lockjaw. I think you throw Shuri in that mix, Red Skull into that mix. They also are sort of all sort of combined in this. I've done a couple videos on Thanos and Leech. I'm not going to, Lockjaw was included in it. Not going to go into detail discussing these cards. I think Arrow's still great. I think, honestly, as much as she can affect a game, I think she's part of the counters to some of the Shuri stuff. So that way you can just stack up a lane. So I hope they kind of leave her as is. I think a 6, even if it's on the 6th turn, it's okay. I just leave her alone for now. Let's fix some of these other things. If you're not familiar, Steven Jarrett, it works at Second Dinner as a meta designer, game economist, product leader. So obviously knows what he's talking about. He's on the Discord frequently commenting. That's where that comment was specifically pulled from. In a similar vein with some of this stuff, Glenn, who I'll get to in a second as well, if you're not familiar with who he is, they're also talking about Quake and Baron Mortar on the buff watch list. Now, what worries me a little bit about this, and I don't know, this was posted, you know, today is March 10th. This was posted basically March 9th, March 10th. is they talked about they're kind of fun but so inconsistent. Glenn says, stay tuned. We'll have announcements in this vein in the coming months. In that regard, I'm like, I hope this isn't just about Quake and Baron, or I hope this is actually just about Quake and Baron Mordo, because I can sit for a couple months on those two cards. And honestly, I don't think they're that bad, but I really hope it's not some of these other adjustments. It would take that long. I'm hoping it really is that March 21st type thing or somewhere close to that. And again, Glenn is a principal game designer at Second Dinner, so very knowledgeable, knows what he's talking about. Some things to actually be excited about though, in this same Snap Zone article, they're talking about, and this is direct quotes from Steven again, they're closing in on a plan and they'll share more in a blog post coming soon. That's coming up in the next week or two. So that is soon. That's nice. But again, if it's just feeding information, don't get your hopes up for changes happening right now. Steven's super pumped about a lot of things that they're doing right now between ranked mode changes, token and token shop changes. I'm really intrigued about that. What's that going to be like? A new competitive mode, their full PC release, which I'm very intrigued about. Playing on Steam, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Steam's okay, but I'm intrigued to see what that is. He's saying there's a ton to get hyped over. All right, I'm down. So they talk about, we have a developer's roadmap that was out a long time ago. I'm not going to go through this in detail. The coming soon stuff, battle modes with friends, we got it. Name changes, we got it. Artist credits, language support, infinity split mod details. Stuff along those lines coming soon. This was, again, back in December. In development, PC widescreen UI, I assume that's sort of their full release PC thing. It would be nice to see that as a content creator and trying to make your Twitch stream or your views as far as on your OBS setting for anybody who's familiar with it. Can be a little complicated trying to put everything all over the place. Not too bad. Smart decks, unranked mode, which would be great. And then they obviously new competitive modes. And they've got a bunch of stuff in concept with guilds, which I think would be great depending. The only thing I will say with all of this stuff is one of the things I love about Marvel Snap is I can literally put the game down for a day or two, you know, maybe doing some dailies if I want to get those in, but I don't have to be there at a certain time and a certain amount of hours every day. It's fantastic. I love it. As an adult with children who has multiple responsibilities, I'm trying to make sure that I don't have to be in game all the time. Infinity Rank Leaderboard, I think that's going to be phenomenal. Collectible emojis and card emojis, also awesome. Mythic variants, booster magnets, no clue what that is. Avatars and titles by deck, great. Controller support for PC. Season cash improvements and game events. So those are the things all coming. So I think right now, though, we really want to see if we can get these balance changes coming. Hopefully these OTA issues get resolved quickly. Hopefully they can let us know what's up. I'm patient. I love the game. It is frustrating with the current meta. But like I said, go mess with some people. Go mess around. Go throw rocks at them. You know what? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but no, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, throw rocks. Try not to hit anyone in the face. All right, last but not least, new card. Stegron. Pool 5, obviously, because it's a new card. On reveal, move an enemy card from here to another location. 4 cost, 5 power. All right, I think that seems decent at first glance. I like the ability to manipulate some things. Maybe you clear out a lane. This could be fun messing with Shuri, that second card that's not Cosmode. Maybe you hope that you've got your opponent's got priority. Stegron moves it back to some other location. Now, the problem is it's RNG. What if it moves it to a different, the location that it will cost you a win anyway? It's part of moving a card anyway. So I think this is fun. I think it opens up a lot of things in game. It's definitely going to be a troll / manipulation card. It's very Magneto-esque, except for it's moving it away. It's Juggernaut. I love that. I mean, the thing is, it's on enemy card. You don't know which one and you don't know which location. So it's a double up of the RNG, which typically I don't love. But I'm intrigued by it. I'm interested to see how it gets worked. I don't think this is going to break the meta or anything. It's just going to be one of those cards that controls things a little bit and messes with your opponent. Likely going to end up in just a deck that you're just looking to put a lot of frustration on your opponent, mess with them, that sort of thing. Let me know what your thoughts are on this card. That's all I got for today. If you want to see more content like this, please consider hammering down the like button. Try to do some deck stuff as I get further and further into the game, beginner series, and just general news updates. So if you want to be with us while we grow the channel, etc., much appreciated. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.